Hi, I'm Jennifer Brekke, founder, president of ConcentricLife. I'm here at the 34th Annual Manny Awards in New York. I'm here with my colleague, Robin Shapiro, the CEO of TBWA WorldHealth. Thanks so much for joining me, Robin.
Oh, you're welcome.
Love to be here. So let's share some of our experiences as leaders in agencies and really talk about what led us full circle to this moment and this evening. So tonight we're here celebrating incredible work in the healthcare communication field. What are you most proud of your team? What were you most like, they nailed it?
Well, I'm glad you asked the question about what are you most proud of your team, because one of the things I'm most proud of is just the culture that we've created at the agency. We're up for DE&I champion, and to me that is, I'm super proud. It is about creating a culture where people feel they can be psychologically safe, where they can bring their best to work every day, and one that really encourages a diversity of thinking and perspective. So I'm super excited about that. I'm very proud of the team.
I love that. And so I think of teams, these teams that are here today, they've lived through the pandemic.
Yes.
They've come out of the pandemic.
True.
Now we're all working together. And what I love about the teams I see across all the agencies is the intentionality of connection.
That's
They're
true.
constantly thinking about, if I'm not together physically,
Yeah.
how do I still build those relationships?
True. We've started to talk about that in terms of, we want to change the conversation up from being about work from to being about work with.
Love that.
And really it's about working with people, working with clients. We've always been in a people business,
Right.
and that's not going to change anytime soon. And so for us, it's about talking about how we are going to continue to work with each other, with our clients, with our bosses, with our teams. And that's where it's at really. And it's just going to continue to grow as time goes by. And hopefully people will actually start to realize that it is a good thing to be together. And I'm not saying we're ever going back to where we were before.
Right.
Those days
Get
are
that on the
over.
record.
We're not going backwards, but we are going forward to a new place, and I'm excited about that.
And wouldn't you say that, look, that's one of the silver linings from this. We now know when we are together, take advantage of that in the best way.
Yeah.
And connect more deeply. So I think that's a great one. Okay, so you started out as a copywriter.
Yes.
I started out in client services, and now here we are both agency leaders.
That's true.
Okay, so I'll share mine after you share yours.
Okay.
What was one of the biggest moments that you think got you on a course to agency leadership versus staying in the creative field?
Right. Well, I was lucky to have some great mentors. And I'm very grateful for those mentors. So one in particular was my account executive partner.
Okay.
And she was tough as hell in a great way. Her name is Elaine Eisen. She's still a great friend to this day. She pushed me to be better than I even felt I was capable of. And what I mean by that is she was like, write a marketing plan for the client. And I was like, really? That's kind of beyond my job description. She's like, exactly.
It's a good stretch.
So yes, exactly. And she was tough in the best possible way, but always treated me as a business partner. And that really exposed me to all different things than I would have been if I didn't have that partnership. And that's really where it started. It gave me the exposure, and then of course the confidence grew over time that, you know what, I've got this.
Yeah.
So that's how it all started. For you?
I love that. Okay, so I started in client service. I loved working with client teams. I loved that, but similar to you, I had somebody who said, I really like the way you organized that team. I like the way you created a dynamic. And I think early on, I had an insight of, I actually like to build the culture and the environment
Nice.
that really maps to the vision. So that changed the whole trajectory of my career to focus on vision and building culture, which is agency leadership.
That's true, and more
Right.
of a service mindset,
Exactly.
looking at how you can serve the people in the company versus
Right.
getting everything done yourself.
That's right, and I think you said this well on the DE&I as well. When you create a psychologically safe environment, a trusted place, that's where people bring their best selves to work, the best talent, and you solve the biggest problems.
Magic.
Right, I love it. So let's talk personal and professional for just a
Okay,
second.
let's do it.
You and I are both moms to 3 kids each.
That's true.
Right? So what advice or encouragement would you have for working parents today?
So I think my advice is going to be a little paradoxical, maybe a little surprising.
Okay.
But my advice is, what's the hurry? Okay? I feel like my career has been a journey. I have passed on promotions before. I have said no, and I've set my boundaries where I need to in order for me to have the right balance at the right time for different phases in my life. So my career, my like advice as far as working mom is, like, don't feel like you need to race towards everything happening really quickly in your career. Pace it, pace yourself. Talent is enduring, talent is forever, and just know that you've got that, and when your moment is right, it's okay then to lean in even harder and go the extra mile to get to the next place. So
I love that, because parenting's about seasons, right?
Yeah.
And there are certain seasons you can lean really in and certain seasons you can't.
you know what? It's also a relationship.
Yeah.
Like, our relationship with work is a relationship.
Yeah.
That means sometimes you give more, and sometimes
Right.
you need to take
Right.
more. And being the parent of 3 young ones, and now they're not young anymore, like, there were times when I had to say I can't do that, and there were times when I had to say I can't do that to my kids.
Right.
And I feel like that balance has really served me well. But
And how now you have this empathetic leader who understands for the people in your organization, hey, listen, this might not be the right time, but you're still highly talented, and there will be a moment that will be right.
truly, and do you know what? I actually was one of these trailblazing people that telecommuted. Back in the day, like mid-career, I said I wanted to work 3 days a week from home.
That was unheard of.
Exactly,
Right.
and I found my own voice in really, and my own like confidence in knowing that, like, you know what, I'm really good at my job, and not to sound like overconfident, but I was like, I know I've got this.
Right.
And I know that I was setting an example for a lot of other working moms that felt like, you know what, I might need a little bit of a different balance in terms of my time at the office versus at home, but you know what, I don't have to stop my career.
Right.
I can have those two things simultaneously.
And I'm assuming this happened to you, because this happened to me as a working mom, is find a community, because you're never alone.
Right.
If you're thinking, how am I balancing
True.
this and that, I guarantee you somebody else is going through that, and finding a really good supportive community at work and outside of work that says, you're going to be okay. You're going to get through this season.
right.
You can do this.
Yes.
Focus here. Move your focus here.
Exactly.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it, and
Yes.
it's great to have you here.
Yeah, thank you.